Hey guys, I'm Patricia. I work for the Royal Botanic Garden, Edinburgh, and I'm saying hello from one of my glass houses where I work. So I don't know about you guys, but it's pouring rain. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like pretty heavy on the rooftop. So I feel very lucky to be indoors today, and I can show you around and tell you a bit more about myself. So basically, this is my office. This is where I am every single day from 7:30 until 3:20. And you could argue that that's an early start, but actually it's an early finish. So I get the whole afternoon and an evening all to myself. And what I do, I get in here every single morning and I just dump down all the floors. Over here you can see it's all wet. And then I check for watering levels. In summer, I get here and I just water all day, every day. But this time of year, it's maybe like twice a week. So it really depends. And all these plants are very different. So I've got like big trees over here, or I've got much smaller plants. So it really depends. This is a tropical collection. So it's about 25 degrees in here right now. And it's normally between 20 to 30. So it's nice and toasty after that kind of plant. It's nice and toasty all year round. I'm wearing shorts every day. That's my uniform. And I can show you some of the plants. I've got some favorites. So, for example, this right here with this rhizome, that's an ant plant. And this plant basically has a symbiotic relationship with ants. I did like a little drawing. I don't know if you can see this very well, but this is basically what it looks like inside. So inside there's different chambers for ants. They've got it very organized, just like we do in our houses. They've got rooms for waste disposal, they've got rooms for food, rooms for their young ones. They keep it organized, and in exchange, um, for this housing accommodation, the plant provides the ants with food as well. And then in return, the ants are protecting the plant from any other insects that might want to attack it. So I think that's really, really amazing. And I've got many, many other plants that actually look like that. These are basically adaptations so it can store water inside. So with those plants, I water them maybe like once a month. It really depends. And I can show you other really interesting adaptations. For example, I've got some aquatic plants, which literally just live in water. This right here, that's just full of water, just a tray. And I don't even need to water it because it just lives in there. I've got a massive banana right here. I'm waiting until it flowers so I can have some fruits. It's all edible. And I can show you a bit of what I do on a daily basis because except for watering and feeding these plants and maybe like pruning them just so they don't get up on the roof, I have to keep them in check. I also do a lot of propagation, and that's one of my favorite things to do. And I can show you, I have one example right here. So this is a really beautiful begonia. And how you propagate it is basically you just grab one of these leaves. You can cut it in sections just like that, and then put it in a tray. And you can already see that one of those bits has a new leaf coming up, which I think is just pure magic. So that's what I do in my days. For example, I can also take cuttings. This right here, so that's a little plant that I just cut a little bit off from this big one, put it in a little pot, and it just grew roots, and that's it. And so I'm basically trying to make sure that we always have the numbers up for all these plants. And some of these will go into the glass houses that are landscaped. So this is almost like a little shop, and people just come here if they want to plant some more in their glass house. So I'm kind of making sure that I got all the stock ready to go. I normally work a lot on my own right here in this glass house, but sometimes I work with a team. And at the minute, at the end of this month, actually, we'll be going back to the Palm houses. I don't know if you've heard, but we are restoring our Palm houses here in Edinburgh. It's been taking years and years, so we're very, very excited to get back. And we'll be able to put some plants back in and basically just landscape it from the scratch. It used to be divided in one tropical and one temperate glasshouse, but now it will be one united temperate space. So there will be actually more space for plants, which is amazing. A lot of these plants are they're rare, they're in danger, they're threatened. a lot of them have lost all of their natural habitat. So it feels very special that we are able to conserve these plants and make sure that maybe one day we'll be able to even put them out in a wild and make sure that they regenerate again. So basically, this is kind of how I got into horticulture, because during COVID, I saw how the planet was regenerating and how basically everything stopped, but the plants were coming back up, and I really wanted to help and be a part of this positive change and impact. And it feels very lucky that I'm actually able to do this on a daily basis, because I think it's incredibly important. And I think it's more important now than ever with climate change. Plants are really the answer, and we need more of them. So I'm kind of helping to propagate them and conserve them. And I don't have a science background, so I decided to change careers. I basically studied English literature at the university, and I got my degree, but it just didn't feel right for me. I wasn't really sure if this is what I want to do. And so I started volunteering. I volunteered here at RBGE, and I also volunteered for National Trust for Scotland. I did that for about a year just to see if this is something that would interest me. And turns out that it really is. I took a course called Introduction to Horticulture. This was an in-person course here at RBGE, and it was in winter. So normally, if this course is held it's held in person, but if it's held in summer, the teachers take you out to the garden to see the plants to learn more about them. But because it was held in winter,
so
we went
much.
to
There you go. I'm in this.
So
You are
it
in
was
perfectly. So I don't know what
really
everyone else is
easy.
doing, but
We got in,
they're not doing that.
and with
So they're
most
not
people were
getting
just
in.
looking at
No.
me, I fell in love, and that's how I knew that I wanted to do this. And I'm extremely happy. And I look forward to work on Mondays, which is new content for me. Lovely. I think the time might be up. But if you would like to get in touch, or if you would fancy a glasshouse tour, I'm more than happy to do that. Feel free to email me, and feel free to just get in touch, and I can walk you through. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the talks today. And yep, have fun today. Thank you so much.
Fabulous, Patricia. We do actually have a question that's came in for you.
Oh,
We have
lovely,
a class
okay.
wanting to know, will the banana plant give you fruit, or would that not happen in Scotland?
Oh yes, it will give you fruit. Yeah, absolutely. It will flower and it will grow fruits. Yeah, we've got loads of these banana plants here in the glass houses at RBGE, so we always have snacks basically.
And what do you do with any of the fruit that comes off the plants?
You can eat it.
Do you just share it amongst the staff, or?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, yeah, we do.
Perks of the job.
It really is. It really is. Yeah, they don't grow massive, but they are really delicious.
Is there any bit of advice that you could give to people that were not just young people, maybe career changers, for kind of coming into these sectors?
Absolutely. Yeah. Basically, what I learned is that enthusiasm will get you basically anywhere you want. And you don't necessarily need to have a science background, or you don't need to have a family of gardeners. If this is what you love to do, then you can definitely do that. Just watch a lot of videos, read a lot of books, take a course or two, and start volunteering. Maybe if you've got the time for that. That's how I got in, really.